It's been a year since I've recorded a video like this, and I've been sitting here procrastinating, not even just today, but for months upon time, because I just don't know how to sit down and record the video like this. Ultimately, whatever I say in these videos means nothing. I'm just a random dude talking into a microphone at the end of the day. I want my life to be a movie, but movies are about bringing change into the world. But to do that, I needed to know what kind of movie I wanted to live. This year, I wanted to be a content creator, so that's what I'm going to do. Through failures and success, hopefully teaching along the way so that I can continue watching this movie into a sequel. As my Twitch continues to grow, it feels like I'm slowly becoming bigger and bigger than I could have anticipated. All I'm trying to do is create a way of life that I believe in the moment is best. What I mean by this is we no longer take lifetimes to gather information. There is so much to learn in this world that you need to be open to learning at the snap of a finger. You need to be okay with owning up to your mistakes, because that's the only way you'll grow. But you can't be afraid of letting others call you out on what they see as better, regardless of the topic. If they disagree with you, all that means is there's information in the world that somebody might be able to learn something from. That's all that disagreements really are. Two people seeing one situation with a different perspective. And what's life? Well, it's everyone living moments with a different perspective. What's so valuable about life is each life is unique. But that's also what's so scary about life. You have to be able to allow yourself to feel something. You need to be open-minded. A closed mind is a made-up mind, and the imagination is your mind's freedom. No such thing as a come-up if you can't share it with the people around you. Hating someone you don't know is the easiest way out. The hard way is confronting them and getting to know them. You might still not like them by the end of it, but at least you kept your mind open to giving them a chance. Is that the true meaning of being a bigger person? My entire life I've been told the bigger person walks away, but never what they do before they walk away. To first accomplish your dreams, you have to recognize what those are. You can't reach your destination if you don't know where you're going. The biggest form of flattery is the attempt of imitation. What I'm trying to do is be so different that I can't be imitated. I don't know what I actually mean by this, but I like the concept and the sound of it. Like I'm trying to say I want to be unique just because I want to be unique, because I don't want the flattery of being imitated, because I don't want to rely on others. Does that even make sense? Working with people who are interested in creating things is who I connect with the most. Wow, I didn't realize how fast my mind was racing. An excuse to no longer feel sorry for myself. Do you know what it's like to feel like your body's operating under the wrong system? Like everyone else is running the latest Windows update, but you're stuck on Windows 95? Do you know what it's like to constantly try and do better every day, but when you personally do better, the days that follow feel like you've been smashed? I'm not talking post-nut clarity, I'm talking like you feel like you've been hit by a fucking semi-truck. Our story. Well, things are no longer just my story. The sauce rack is growing and getting closer and closer each day, and I feel as though my own ideals and morals being questioned every day to better myself. So on the note, I offer you guys information to get your mind thinking. Happiness is not a moment of positive feeling, but that of a constant homeostasis regarding body and mind, so to say the equilibrium is achieved. True happiness is not found in the satisfying highs we often so pursue, but in the consistency found only in the mitigation of lows, an absence of strong emotions, instrumental in how we perceive the world, authenticates the importance of the mundane. The blissful lack of life is what brings us the most joy, ignorance, and subsequent bliss. I've thought about possibly putting scripts and descriptions of videos. Unsure I like the idea of people being able to read along and see the words as I say them out loud, but I also like the rawness of those attempting to interpret and hear what I'm saying as I say the words. I once tried doing this with the following lyrics. What do I do this for? Why do I move? Why do I dance? When I feel in love, I'm trying so hard. Hard by Serena Isioma, but I probably butchered that. The real lyrics are the following. What do I do this for? Why do I move? Why do I dance when I'm feeling low? I'm trying so hard to get this far. But because I felt and heard the lyrics differently, they stuck out to me in a different way. I didn't make a mistake, I simply misheard and used my own information to form what I thought they were. My friend Chris once helped me come to the conclusion that for many of us, video games can feel like a way of entering a place to live, a place with your friends. Those addicted to going to the same place might love the grind or love the ease of the game. Some might visit other places for different reasons. Let's say, for the sake of an argument, a different destination or a different room. So caught up in what everyone thinks of me, constantly worrying why I try and lie to myself that I don't. I let my insecurities take over my soul. As much as I strive to not worry about what others think about me, my anxiety is constantly riddled by itself as I try to be a people pleaser. I got so worried about making others happy to the point where I even stopped taking care of myself. Quote unquote, looking good, feeling good. One of the biggest lies I've tried telling myself every day on days even when I felt like complete ass. Reason being, maybe nobody bothers you or says anything to you about how you feel or look, as long as you look like you have yourself together. It's not your duty to burn your house down for being angry with your enemy. It's your duty to fortify your own house, be a house of refuge in times of chaos. Language is the last line of resistance and the first line before violence. Language can be a form of violence. We forget to balance living in the moment with the rewards of carefully well thought out and disciplined approach to shaping and crafting your future. What experience has made you feel most alive? These are the quote-unquote big pictures that we forget about when we are being consumed by negative emotions, especially those of others. This wasn't the limited edition, this was the origin story. It's not so bad being in the light. Going through the motions. Stop feeling sorry for yourself, get your shit done. The music isn't loud enough to drain out the thoughts, wishing my head was empty, when your own thoughts are plagued with the thoughts of everyone else's. People will only care when it's convenient for them. When I doubt myself in one aspect, I begin to doubt myself in every aspect. It's like a plague that festers. Slipping into my old ways, stuck in a mental haze, emotionless, stuck in a gaze. How long will I be in this phase? Losing track of the days. God bless my heart, bro. I didn't do this for show. Got hit from below. It shouldn't be who I am to you. It should be who am I? Does it comfort you that I'm afraid to lose you? Does the fact that I'm not going anywhere make you feel secure? A true flame for everyone's torch, not just your own. The constant grinding and passion you have admires us all. More than one truth can exist in any given moment. This is the first step of embodying the frequency of compassion. Manage your reactions, but do not suppress your emotions. Take a deep breath. Let's talk about how you got close and you got frostbite. I told you my heart is cold. Remember why you put all that pressure and weight on your shoulders. Reminisce on the past to give yourself strength. People will come and go in waves. They will enter and exit as they see fit. Keep your eye on the prize. I'm in a spot where I could single out individuals and personally thank them for all the support they've given me. However, if you're listening to this and you're hearing this, you're personally included in that. I want to thank you, for it's people like you that give me the hope, support, and the energy to keep moving forward. It's the people in your daily life, those that choose day in and day out that they want to be by your side and support one another. I've been losing friends and finding peace. My best and worst attitude might be the fact that I keep trying. I keep putting in the effort no matter how long it takes. One of my strongest attitudes has to be my ability to play devil's advocate. I will always give someone the benefit of the doubt. However, once that doubt is gone and someone shows their true colors, I have no problem cutting the ties. If people keep calling me a king, I'm bound to start believing it. I am beyond blessed, I am putting in the work, and it's paying off. But I can't stop. I have to keep going. These are just the signs that I'm finally doing something right. Everyone has their own creative process. Seek to find yours. Have you ever wanted to shower in the dark and just feel the water hitting you with loud music on? Wow. Tears run down my face as I'm beginning to feel a difference in who I am. Each day striving for better, being better. I'm trying to make something, no matter how hard it feels sometimes. Don't be afraid to ask people even the simplest, oftentimes overlooked questions. It's not work, it's a lifestyle. Move forward and sacrifice. Family texting me they're worried about me, yet the real family's lifting me up. They're the ones that can feel the process, see the process. They're the ones proud of me. See, every day you could be living in darkness, but when you're living your dream, everything you do feels like light. Work hard, but when you love your work, that shit's light work. I take a day off. I feel like I'm wasting my time. Can I do this? I'm too far to give up, it feels. What if I can't? I'm getting out of my own head. I don't want to soak in this feeling of doubt. I delay content because I know it will never be perfect until it gets to the point where I can no longer just sit on the video, so I finally put it together to the point where I just toss it together. Saucy the creator. Going to speak the energy I need right now. I am a creator. When things seem to get tougher and tougher, I don't shy away. I don't seem to ask for help either. I grind my teeth, I put my head down, and I get to work. I can't help but feel as I do this, I become a void of darkness around those I care about. So I push everyone as far away as possible. I close myself off in my castle, raise the gates, and try to just fend the war of everyone off. There's really nobody at this moment in time that I talk to on a daily basis. Solitude. I have to make sure I can make it through myself before I can expect anyone else to want to make it through with me. So you're seeing this and you think we are on bad terms. I assure you we aren't. Each day is a new day and a new chance to talk. However, I need to know that you're willing to ride the waves of life with me, or it just won't be worthwhile for either of us. I've tried to carry myself in the most respectful way while maintaining my self-worth and value. I'll have to say, if you feel as though I've turned my back on you, I'm sorry, but I assure you I haven't. I have the willpower to keep walking forward with or without y'all. There's many people in my life whom I thought would be in my life for forever. Unfortunately, that doesn't ring true. For whatever reason, life has a funny way of bringing people in and out. I'm proud of you for overcoming another day. When you're in your element, nothing matters. Your body takes over and is able to utilize and show your true abilities. I have no idea what kind of story arc my writer has on me right now, but I feel like we're leveling up. This is my time. Heart full of what I can only diagnose as self-love. I'm ready to take the next step. Have to say I'm extremely grateful for those in my corner. If you have my back, I have yours. Do you remember all the car rides I used to tell you I can't wait for the day that we can ride together? Now you're with me whenever I need you. I can confidently say that you've made miracles happen for me. On the way to the game, I can tell you you're with me. Let the work speak for itself, Jacob. Give me a sign you love me, please. I need to admit the fact that I need a sign. Dad, my biggest fear is letting you down, letting the family down, letting myself down. Well, you're doing what you love, aren't you? Then you have your answer. I wish I could go back and tell myself to be more grateful for the times we had together. Usually when I visit, I don't even speak. I'm not sure what's a goofier concept in my head. Me silently standing, having an unspoken conversation with you, or me standing, talking to you as if you could physically speak back. Instead, I'd rather toss on your playlist and just try and feel something. Anything. Love and death, life's imbalance. They're connected. I need to sleep. I keep trying to see myself through the eyes of others. I keep saying to myself, I want to see my world, my footsteps through the eyes of somebody else. What would they do? What would they be feeling? How would they view the things? At the root is comparison, right? But why? Validation? I can't say entirely, because the majority of the time, I truly do feel like I'm living the dream. But what is the dream? It's all individualized technically, but also no, because most can say and come to some sort of an agreement on what a dream job would be. Well, what would it be? Doing something you enjoy while making revenue? But what if, to you personally, money doesn't matter? Well, you have to recognize and realize that in reality, you need money to survive in order to need certain needs. Anyways, back to the question. Why do I keep attempting to see if someone else were to be going through the things I've been through or done, what they might have done differently, or what decisions they would have made, and why? Maybe I'm just reflecting, not to relive or think about the past, but so I can utilize this information to my future. That sentence has to be said without the idea of me thinking like I failed. Wrong decisions or mistakes are not the equivalent of failures. It just means that there might have been an opportunity for more success. But then you have to define success. That's so much I don't even care to dive into it right now. Oh, why I want to see the things in others' eyes. It could open my world and my mind because they correlate to more knowledge or ideas of how I might want to feel, quote unquote, better about things. I'm currently having to do a lot of reflecting on love or lust. I need to dive more into determine the difference. But something major would have to happen, I think. As of right now, I think I have a comfortable enough grasp. Time you enjoyed wasting is not wasted time. Do you ever catch yourself just staring off into nothingness while your phone's home screen is just staring back at you? The idea that the actions of day-to-day life are just distractions from something. I can't determine what something is, other than something can be replaced with the word nothingness. Nothingness maybe being the fact that at the end of the day, what we do means nothing. Distraction, question mark. Am I living every day just living through distractions? I'm beginning to feel like a lot of fake faces looking my direction. Feels as though they're only watching, waiting to prey on my downfall. I don't care how deep I fall. I've climbed myself out of the depths of hell. I've survived it once, and I'll survive it again. It feels as though nobody's in my corner. Though I'm able to recognize this isn't true, it feels as though it's easier to take on the world alone than have my darkness enveloping anyone else besides myself. Maybe you're trying too hard sometimes, you just have to listen. I sit here about to turn 24. Maybe it's time I grow up. Maybe it's time to pursue a quote-unquote real job. Fuck that. I don't even care to think about that sort of thing. I'm not giving up on my dream. Even in just a year, I've lost and gained loved ones. The hardest thing is to not let your soul get sucked into the darkness. A period of time went by where I would say my soul was lost. There's parts of me that never want to grow up. It's like I have to do a balancing act of being an immature, silly, outgoing doofus, but also maintain my old soul portion of myself. The concept of my life being a video game character and all of life being one giant video game is so intriguing. How is the world so equally massive yet equally tiny? It's the person you want to do the little things with. Without our flaws, we wouldn't be human. You do not turn against your family when you love something, you protect it. It's the most natural thing in this world. On the way home from the gym, bright white flakes of snow, one straight from the movies, flurried down onto the pavement. I had to even put Grutus, which is what I named my Jeep, in the four-wheel drive. On the way home, I watched the public panic to get to their destination, as cars panicked with their flashers on. I had a realization of how blessed and lucky I am. I'm able to wake up every day and do what I love with the people that I love. I wake up every day and am able to go to work and do what I love, while also giving me the ability to chase other dreams alongside of living the dream. Having the freedom to see my family. Now, our family might be small, we are mighty. I've never been more grateful and thankful for my family. I'm proud of who we are, of who I am. Through adversity we faced, we became stronger. Though I do have to admit that we've been disconnected at times. Life can just happen to go that way. On a different subject, I want to discuss how I perceive the way I carry myself, or how I believe I carry myself. Carrying yourself in such a way will lead to others in what will be considered as volatile. Such unpredictability will lead to unnerve, thus leading some to act a certain way towards you. Do not change the way that you act. Continue to live as thy king. Now the last sentence may cause some frowned brows. Why am I a king? Why do I consider myself as such? Because I carry myself in such a way. All for one. Life is all about connections. What dots can you connect? Connecting one thing to another, whether that's the beautiful cotton candy skies to a missed lover, or the hard-working connecting to the strive and desire for more. It's just again a matter of what you can set your mind to. One of the biggest things I think I've come to recognize is that in my point in my life, I might have people out there that want to see me fail, but I have so many more of those in my corner that want and strive for me to succeed. Overthinking will cause me to only focus on those who I feel I have something to prove against. The only person I have things to prove to is myself. I can do anything I set my mind to. I just have to give it my heart. It's a beautiful thing being able to feel like you're screaming your thoughts into a void. I think to myself that love and hate is often one of the same. They go hand in hand. You can't truly be loved by everyone, considering those beloved by many will be envied, and thus hated just the same. Pour your love into the pathways that bring your soul joy. Growing a platform. Let me preface this video and say that I myself feel as though I'm yet to even grow what I consider a platform. However, with the aid and guidance of my close friends, we are establishing ourselves and forming our own little niche. Growing a community in no way, shape, or form is easy. However, via observation, it seems as though the actions of which you take speak volumes as to the creator's intentions, and the community based or formed or short-term devotion will follow you blindly. I can't speak for others when I say this, but I don't think a community that blindly follows is a community I want to be a part of. A community should want what's best for their creator, and for me personally, drama is never a good thing. The only comeback for drama is, quote-unquote, all publicity is good publicity. But is it? Those words of themselves show such a bitterness to the fact that they only care about numbers or algorithms. They don't care about their platform, or they wouldn't have risked it in the first place. What I mean by this is they would hold themselves to a higher standard. I went the rest of my day trying not to concern myself with this thought, though I was revisited by it the next morning. I can't help the fact that I stand by the idea of how you go about building your community matters. Though it's selective, I suppose, given your goals and aspirations, but your ideals should tend to match up with your actions, or you'll just be contradicting yourself. People who can pick up on those contradictions will most likely not support you to the extent that your ego will lead you to believe. Usually, when you use the term ruin, it infers your actions were intended to be harmful. I'm always one to say that with expectations comes failures, yet why am I forgetful of my own expectations towards myself? I'm always forgetful of being kind to myself. I need you to consume with an open mind. Sad, but still rad. Plagiarism, baby. You see, when you try to create something you want to be considered art, you have to be able to capture a feeling, or it's just something on a canvas. A bland picture on a wall with no emotion conveys nothing. Let me first answer the question, how have I been? Subsequently, I've been living the dream. I wake up and all I have to worry about is soccer and the gym. Consequently, that's not at all what I worry about. It's been a year since I've done a video like this, and what I've been doing the past year is exactly the reason why. I've been telling people who I am and what I do. I know for a fact that there's people in my day-to-day life that are going to tune into this and listen, and that's precisely why it's the reason why I didn't want to do it for so long, because it's impossible for these words I'm saying to touch ears of minds free of heavy-weighted judgment, unable to have empathy, and understand that at the end of the day, I am only a human. No matter how nice you are, you will still turn out a villain in someone's book. The most diabolical thing one can do is go through the motions. It's so robotic. Not in the sense that you're completely emotionless, because in this state you can still be feeling and sensing things, more so in the sense that you're passionless, and when one doesn't care or is lacking in passion, things can go south quick. Just stay in your lane. When you try and disrespect someone clearly above your level, you're going to be met with an egregious response. You've left a distaste in their mouth, especially when their actions that follow are that much worse. My dreams are warping my reality, and it's actually fucking me up. Imposter syndrome. You see, now after a day of feeling guilt-ridden and pressured by my peers conforming to fit their needs, what comes around goes around. The freedom of that ball at my feet is truly like no other. Sometimes you just need that chance. When you're selfish with your energy, it prevails, even if sometimes it not only sacrifices your own heart or somebody else's. As harsh as that sounds, if you're truly trying to level up, you have to put yourself first. The mind is very boggled by the thought that people genuinely care to believe in its very creations. Every day seems to be a battle of one-upping itself in such a manner that makes each creation somehow unique or better than the last, in such a way that it forms a sense of worthwhile, that we aren't simply just wasting our times here on Earth, as that short amount of time is many times overseen, or for this matter, out of sight, out of mind, considering there is quote-unquote always tomorrow. However, this is in retrospect not the case. The idea that you are your own creation is intriguing in the moment. Thinking about it, how everyone sees you is simply the person of your own creations. I suppose there's worldly limits, however. The world has to be balanced in some fashion. To think in such a fashion is highly unpredictable and personally considered out of the box, simply because it almost takes this mixture of seeing oneself from a third-person perspective while maintaining one's self-awareness. I'm feeling very loved by my peers around me who are in my corner. For those who support me through the days, thank you. Take a deep breath. You're not going the wrong way, you're just taking an alternate route. The ability of living in your own encapsulating world, to be at peace with oneself, however, often met with swallowing waves of loneliness. I've lost all confidence, I've lost all my sense of self. I lost the chip on my shoulder, I lost my sauce. Nothing can distract from the fact that in the moment, taking loss after loss, constantly having to face the man in the mirror, it feels as though I've forgotten how to win. And blow after blow, how can I say that I know how to play? I am not happy with these results. I'm too hungry for success to accept these. If I'm honest with myself, how can I expect myself that when the time comes to switch on, I have to be more clinical, stop relying on talent, and be smarter? You consider yourself a leader, right? Sure, your talents might be able to help you win your 1v1 battles. A leader's talents puts in the work to cover for the gaps. Can you look at the man in the mirror and say you've been doing the work to be a leader? No. Talent may win 1v1s, but leadership wins wars. Some people play games like they enjoy spectating or something. Play with your life, man. I hate when I feel like I'm inside my own head, watching from the back of my own head, behind my eyeballs. Every day, I enter this animus of gaming world, where I get to spend time with my friends, while also doing the very thing I've loved to do since such a young age. When I sit, press that power button, those headphones go on, my mind enters this state of reality where nothing else but the games and the people playing with me matter. For hours on end, I can lose track of time and ascend into this character of myself that I personally love. The gamer in me thrives. Chase your fucking dreams, people. I found what I want to do with the rest of my life, and I truly love it. That's why I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be able to do so, whether it's fighting in the trenches or sitting on the throne. The emergence is uncanny. It's amazing what opening up and being remotely vulnerable may do to you. Actions indeed inspire. It's nature. Monkey see, monkey do. Everything seems to be falling in place again for me, almost too good to be true. The determination and perseverance through the darkness of the fog.
I've been dancing in my room, swaying my feet, trying to get you lost, and a kiss on the cheek. Cutting candy skies like I'm stuck in a dream. And I've been feeling blue, 'cause you're the one that I need. Dancing in my room, swaying my feet.